oczekujących nie włączyłem. Hello everyone, sorry for the delay. I don't have much experience with live transmissions. I mean, I do, but not in this way. And so I did not click the button. So here we are. Just comment, say hello, and send pictures of your current work in progress, what you're working on. And tonight, as you can see, I'm dealing with the rest of the Shatterpoint core set. So last time I was bitten by the battle droids. It was too late to finish them, so now I'm finishing. And for the last half an hour I was ranting about how I not like how they are made, that there's 6 of them in the base set, in core set, and I understand they have to look this way because these are battle droids, but they could be designed a little bit different in terms of assembling. And out of 6 of them, 2 are kneeling and the other 4 are just 2 slightly different poses. So why so many of them as a background? I mean, there are 2 clone troopers. I understand that these guys go on one big base in the unit of 3. They are not, you can't take just one. But again, it's quite a lot of putting together, and you know, they are demanding. And for example, if you have the GW GW minis, you have the Forge World minis, you have some that have higher required age because they are more difficult. These ones seem really difficult for me. I'm not an expert, but it may be putting off for someone assembling this core set, and it's meant as a starter, right? So it's an introduction, and so it should be a nice experience. And these guys remind me why I don't do scale modeling anymore, because it was a lot of work. I mean, it's nice, it's rewarding, it's interesting, but if you put together lots of different pipes and little parts for some vehicle or whatever, it's like, it's challenging. And I remember once when I was a kid, I was trying to assemble a Land Rover Defender ambulance, I think, military ambulance, and its back had only like huge parts that went together without any frame. And it was so difficult that I was trying again and again to do it with my face just, you know, in the model. And I got a bit, I inhaled too much fumes from the glue. So, yeah, it was, yeah, so now I close the glue when I'm not gluing. But assembling. And yeah, these guys, they almost stand on their own. But as I said, it's not a nice thing to put together, these guys. I mean, I understand challenge is nice, it's not about avoiding challenge, but if I'm a player, not modeler, not painter, but player, and I just want to play my core set, I don't know, I bought it for my kid, or I am a kid who got it as a gift. I want to play with my friend, with my brother, sister, grandparent, whoever. I want just to put this together, and I mean, at least for me, it's a hassle with these droids. They take a ridiculous amount of time, especially compared to the rest. I think I'm gonna spend a similar time to the all other miniatures in this set. Maybe apart from this guy, which is similar, just a little bit chunkier, so it was a little bit easier, you know. And yeah, but well, it's also interesting that they have like huge bases, these droids. These are the regular bases for the minis. It's still, they are pretty big. I mean, I understand their size because they are adequate for the scale of the miniature. I mean, these guys are tall. They have a large footprint sometimes, especially Darth Maul with his double lightsaber. But when you have the chunky Warhammer guys, you don't see that much of the base. And here, it's quite a lot. It's like you see more of the background. And I'm interested how it's gonna look when it's all painted and assembled. So yeah, I think I will need to. I mean, normally I don't do like sub assemblies. I don't pin my miniatures for painting, and but here, I mean, these guys have little. I mean, literally very small footprint. I don't want to stick them to the bases for now because I have some ideas for them, and it will be better to do it without the miniatures glued to them. Sorry for the noise in the background. It's my dogs playing with some yogurt cup or something. Um, so I won't stick them yet, but I have to come up with some idea to be able to hold them steadily when I paint. And I don't think I'll be using some kind of rods. I have some ideas. And I'm wondering, I think it's gonna be time to, maybe it's not gonna be so necessary here, looking at the joints. There are not so many cracks to fill, but I've got myself the Tamiya extra thin cement, and I think I'm gonna make my own sprue glue to fill the gaps. Yeah, so we have two battle droids that are pose A, and I don't think they're gonna stand on their own. Then we have in in the works two B shapes, and last one is C, but it's almost the same as A. I don't understand the difference and why they did it this way. Okay, so now the worst part in these models for me is, apart from legs, I think they could be just one big part joined here, because I mean, when you use plastic glue, not super glue, it works as a chemical weld. It melts the plastic a bit. So when you have these really small joints, I mean, they have a specific shape to make it fit in place exactly in the correct position. But if you put just a little too much glue, or wait too long, or squish them too strong, you will just melt it, and you won't know how it should be positioned. So positioning properly his legs and his arms, because they hold the gun in two arms, so the, both arms have to be positioned properly to, you know, to get the result that he is holding the gun in his two hands. So and the hand is like, I mean, the other hand is like in two parts, so we have two places where something can go wrong and misalign, and you know, get you a wrong result. And it's so little, I mean, it's almost, I mean, it's really hard to hold it. So again, I really don't enjoy putting these battle droids together. I understand they are battle droids. I know that the Shatterpoint, like, I feel like it mainly refers to the animated series about from the Star Wars universe, and because some characters are presented in like the moment in their timeline from these series, like I think Darth Maul, Anakin, Ashoka. She's like still a Padawan of Anakin, not like in her own like series. But I still don't understand, because I haven't seen the whole Clone Wars and all these um, why battle droids in the starter to make it like more appealing to fans of different eras. But you have Anakin, you have Darth Maul. I mean, who else do you need? You have lots of Mandalorians to make it more appealing to recent fans. I mean, you have the clones. The only era that you're missing in the starter set is like the original trilogy, but still you have Mandalorians. So if you remember Boba Fett, it's like it's something familiar. But yeah, I mean it's different. I mean it's weird for me. Why battle droids? Why so many Mandalorians? It's like uh five? No, it's six Mandalorians. Six Mandalorians. And three clones. I mean, two clones and one and Rex. And it's like so. Okay, I understand. It's like mainly, as I said, referring to the animated series, but I, maybe I'm wrong. But was it filled with battle droids and Mandalorians? The Clone Wars? I don't know. I don't know. But patience pays off here. I gave it some time to stick together so that it's easier to add another brittle, delicate parts without destroying what I've already glued together. It's and another thing I don't understand, if you go a whole way of dividing these droids, for example, these droids, into so many little parts, like the hand consists of two separate pods, why not make them posable? I mean, like, what's the point of making so many parts? I mean, I know it's about optimizing the sprue and about giving you something fun to do, like gluing it together. But no, 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 no. These battle droids are my least favorite in this set for now. I mean, they are nice minis, but I'm gonna remember this for a long time when I see them. The pain of putting them together, and oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have issues when painting them. It's like I'm pretty sure they're gonna break on me a few times because why not? They are say they're doomed to break because how they are made. Yeah, here I made some boo boo with cutting a bit too much of the of the armor part. And here again with the arm, it's like, why make joints to the sprue in like the smallest parts and really crucial ones? It's like, again, I don't understand. Okay, let this guy dry a bit and yeah, close the glue. And now for the battle droid B1 battle droid C. B1 battle droid C. And the last mini is a bit weird because I think it's part of the terrain. And terrain is gonna be a bit tricky because there are some parts that you can, and it's meant. That's also interesting. You have more modularity with the terrain than with the minis. Maybe it's obvious, maybe it's understandable, but there are some parts that are meant to be assembled however you want to arrange the terrain the way you want. You don't get that for the minis, but I don't know the rules for the game, so I don't know how the visibility works. Because in Warhammer, the main problem with converting and kit bashing is that the physical visibility of the miniature plays a role. I mean, at least as far as I remember, I haven't played in many years. And so, if your miniature is a bit taller or smaller, it does affect the game. I mean, even if the base is the correct size, it has some effect on the game. And it's the same with the base itself, right? You can put your minions some rocks or something, and then instantly you are altering how it operates in the game because it's taller. It's easier. It's more visible, but at the same time, in some ways, it can be beneficial for you, and the same goes for if you go for the smaller one, right? Um, so the height probably is the most important, but again, I think in sometimes it's only important. I mean, if your opponent can see any part of your miniature, it means it can see it. So if the pose is different, if it's more like together, it has effects, right? It has influence. How visible is your miniature on the battlefield? So that's something I really don't like. I think it should be like um, more referred to the, I don't know, base, because if base are like strictly regulated, I mean they're not regulated, but they are set, right? They have set diameter, and it's easy to follow this rule. You can just use the right base and just don't care. I mean, it's not so difficult to make them. Maybe not what you see is what you get, but to make it readable for the opponent, what's the equipment of the miniature. It does not have to be like perfectly using the same parts. But I'm moving away here. I don't understand. I mean, I'm not sure, but if you played Star Wars games and you've seen movies, I mean, all the blasters are just blasters for me. It's like, who cares? I don't know if it's so important here who holds what, especially if I understand. I mean, apart from some characters, there's no customization, so I mean, but I don't know if the way, I mean, the what you see is really what you get, or is like your character has specific set of weapons, and it doesn't really matter what he or she is holding right now. It's like it's a blaster, or it's a he's got a blaster, he's got a um, lightsaber or something, and lightsaber maybe even concealed, turned off. He may be just using some you know using some force push with his bare hand, and doesn't matter. He is equipped with the lightsaber, and that's all that matters. This is pissing me off, really. No, it's too far. Yeah. So, I've started streaming late, but I started gluing them on time, 8:30. It's 9:20, and I still haven't finished them. It's like 6 of them, and it's so time consuming. And one was already done. It's like, so guy's hand and head, and this is this head and hand. Yeah, so not cool. Not cool. I'm almost there. Oh, I can use. Oh yeah, yeah. That's. Yeah, I've chosen some bear heads, but I think I can use the helmets as some accessory on the base or for the miniature. I mean, the Rex can have his helmet on his belt or somewhere. Just you know, make him stand out a bit. It's like, I mean, it's nothing wrong with regular, but okay. So another kneeling guy, and I need to finish his hand. I need to finish his left hand so that he holds his gun. So this C-type C guy goes to the side, and now I have to put this together. I don't know if it was better to clean the mold lines and all this stuff before putting them together on the after, because before the parts were so small, after they're gonna fall off. No winning here. Okay, so this is second droid B. Now let's get back to droid C. The B only lacks his head. So droid C. Okay, so droid C is first on. And the rest of the parts will wait for him to dry a little bit, and now the last droid. Yeah. They do more damage to you when you have to glue them than they were doing in the movies. It's like, oh, so demanding. So demanding. Really forgot how it is. I mean, sometimes G-dubs minis are demanding or difficult to put together, but you know. Hello to Tiki the Hut. Yes, these are battle droids. Roger, roger. Yeah, roger, roger. So, we are close to the finish line with the minis. The droids being last but one. There's one other weird guy in the set. He's not on the character spruce. He's on. Okay, Tiki the Hut writes, I build and paint bolt action and conflicts 47 myself. So, how is it? I mean, is it so compared to like the miniatures? for like the World War II, or but not meant for the game, are they also demanding like the bolt action and conflict, or are they this detailed like this one, or the scale miniatures, or it's like not so much pain? Ah, okay. So you say they are not that demanding. Okay, not too small or thin. Yeah, I think I've seen some bolt action miniatures. They are not so popular in my, let's say, area or in my local friendly game store, but I've seen some, and I was amazed how many units you have for bolt action, because it's you have so many nations and etc. It's like if you really want to get to at least basic units, they had so many different weapon types, troop types, etc. It's like I don't know the game. I imagine it's difficult to balance it in the rules and include all these aspects, right? I don't know how deep it goes. Oh, thank you, Tiki the Hut, for an invitation to your stream, 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. So everyone, let's visit. And thank you, Tiki, for your comments and for your presence. And 2 a.m. To 6 a.m. EST. Oh God, these are like, yeah. I don't like these legs. Okay. Mm. The terrain for Shatterpoint, I have no idea. I haven't played it. I didn't read the rules. Last week, when I started building it, I explained that I'm not a fan of these kind of games that have a really strong reference in terms of how it looks. I mean, in Warhammer 40k, you can come up with whatever you want, paint the guys however you want, convert them. Here, it's really difficult to go out of the set theme and reference that everyone has in his or her head. So I haven't played. I jumped on the box because it was like 50% discount on the Black Friday. So I thought I will put it together and see how it works for me. But I can say that the minis are big, but the terrain is huge, and I hope I'm just finishing the little guys and I will move to the terrain. And it looks big. It looks multi-level, but I have no idea how big the board is, and how much percentage of it is it's covered in buildings. My most like recent experience from miniature games is Kill Team. So it's like, I would say it's sparse. It's not like, you know, dense city fight. But of course you don't want big open areas. I don't know how it's in bolt action or conflict. It's like more urban fights, or some open fields. I played yeah, what kill team? I played Orc Commandos. They were my first kill team, and then I really wanted to have something themed around Lizardmen. Uh, Yeah, as Legionnaires are nice. Yeah, I think they are nice to play. I even know that some people who, I mean, now it's a third edition, so I think there's some changes. But in the second edition, Legionnaires were really nice to play. So people were doing like Loyalist Marines for the Legionnaire kill team rules. 6 and 7 40k edition. I think I started with the third or fourth, quite a long time ago. Yeah, I did the Orc Commandos. They're really really nice to paint. I recommend everyone. It's really nice. And they found a new home on Etsy, and later I've built a Warp Coven, so Thousand Suns kill team, but I converted it to Starslan. You can see it on my channel. I've used mainly Adeptus Custodes models and added some parts from Lizardmen. So yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's a nice idea to use Legionnaires rules for Loyalist Marines. It's nice. I think my one of my first games when I was learning, I used tactical squad. I mean the tactical Marines for the kill team, and I was playing against my wife. We are both learning, but she had Custodes kill team, and yeah, I got completely obliterated. I think it's not not a shock when you know the rules, and that the tactical squad was really really bad with no special stuff going on for them. Yeah, but as you said, you see, it's like you took tactical marines and you converted them to red coursers, and so you have your own paint scheme, your own like story for that, your own conversion. You do whatever you want, right? And that's what I love about these games, that they have cool lore, but lots of like space for you to come up with your own ideas for units, for whatever you want. And in Star Wars, it's like, I mean, there are main characters that look in a certain way. I mean, you have this in 40k, but you have Lionel Johnson or whoever else, but you can create your own character for your own chapter, and don't care. Yeah, my wife also beats me in board games, and yeah, I mean, we don't play Kill Team anymore. I mean, I would like to go back to it, but it's not that easy. But yeah, She beats me in board games. We play Brass or Terra Mystica or other stuff, and yeah, she beats me. Yeah, Gasland seems nice because I understand it's like miniature agnostic, so you can just take your matchboxes or whatever and have a nice fun. It seems really really interesting. Yeah, too soon. I need to give this arm more time to settle, then come with the other part. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I think if you want something bigger, the one-page rules games are also cool. But yeah, this is one. The Gasland seems really really easy to start. I'm I mean it's some time down the road ahead of me, but I'm wondering how to introduce my kid to tabletop gaming. I mean, of course, if he or she if he if he wants that in the future, but I don't. And Gasland seems interesting because it's. I mean, you can convert your cars. You don't have to. You can just use ready. You don't need any kind of assembly. And yeah, Gaslands to 8. Oh, nice, upscaled. Uh, yeah, upscaled Gaslands also sound nice. Oh, in terms of upscaled, I always wanted to try Inquisitor, the 45, 54 millimeter scale miniature game, or rather RPG game. Um, but it's, yeah, I would have to print everything to be able to play it. It's inaccessible right now. Okay. Almost there. Last arm and the last weird guy, and it will be end of the minis. I will move to the terrain and maybe do some prepping in the end, but not so sure. Planned for 2 hours as last time, and unless the terrain goes really fast, I don't think I will have time to do the prepping. And I also imagine it's more interesting for you guys to see how the terrain looks, how it goes together, than just seeing me filing down some mold lines. So yeah, okay. So these are the battle droids. Really, really cheeky guys to put together. And now I'm only left with the little creature called Tuka, and it's on the think it's on the terrain sprues, which are humongous. I mean, it's. But before that, I want to use the spare one Mandalorian helmet and the Rex helmet, the clone lieutenant or captain, or I don't remember his rank, to just add something to these minis. Yeah, I agree, Tiki. Tiki the Hut streaming helps. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Especially if you set yourself like it's a regular thing. So like you do it every week at certain time. You know, it's the moment for that. You just do it, and yeah, it's really. It's really really helpful. So I don't know for how long I will be able to like continue this schedule, but it will be nice to go down with it. But I don't know if it's if you should call it a pile of shame. It's some say pile of opportunity. It's like, as you say, it's your hobby time, so it's not a shame you didn't finish it yet. Okay, so I will cut down this joint and this one too, because these are helmets. They won't be attached to any neck, and I will think how to attach them to these guys. Maybe just hang them from their belts to make them look more interesting, because they have some space to add something. Some not so beautiful parts. I don't know if it's lore appropriate for them to have their helmets on their belts, but I don't care. Yeah, maybe it will be better here. The back. Okay. So now to look for the Tuca. Whoever that is. And it's not in the big sprue. Oh, I forgot about the third bag. So the Tuca is on the MO3 part of terrain. It's Q. It's Q, and this is Yeah, I have it. Okay. Oof. Smell of fresh plastic. Noise. Okay. So the droids go to the side. Go away from me for now. I will deal with you later. And now the last miniature before we move to the terrain part. Tuka. And yeah, some funny little cat or whoever. I didn't know it was. I mean, is it like really a character here, or it's like, I don't know. It comes out of this broken. It's not a droid, I think. Yeah, my dogs respond to the call. The neighboring dogs. Okay. Shh. Shh. No. You don't have to do it. Okay. Shh. 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 Yeah. Don't. Shh. Okay, so the terrain is quite a lot. I have to make room for that. Put away the miniatures for now. So here are all the guys. I can't fit them all in the camera, but whole set. All the droids. And now, for now, they go away. I need to have space for 3 humongous bags of terrain. And I will not start with the first one, which is the gantries, because they, I think they have the most flexibility in the set, so you can build them really very different ways according to how you want to arrange the terrain. So I won't be starting with that. I will just start with the next thing. So the tower. Ooh, it's quite complicated, I would say, for, I don't know, terrain. It can have some different options. Ooh, it has 5 options. It has 5 options. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I have not assembled terrain ever. Apart from some, you know, styrofoam stuff as a kid. So yeah, it's huge. I mean, it's, if you even compare it to a miniature from this game, it's like, I mean, appropriate to scale, but it's like true scale to the mini. So it's huge. It's huge. Really, it's huge. It has lots of parts and detail. I mean, this first tower, it's like, that's a lot. Oh, it has some, I think some measuring tool. We don't need this for now. Yeah, and another measure. Yeah, it's for some blaster. You see how big this is. It's like, it also gives you the idea of the scale of this game, I think. Yeah, there's some assembly here, so just put it away for now. It looks nice. Sure, better than this symbols, this measure with symbols in the kill team. Yeah, so I think that's. I hope it's all we need for the tower, and it's interesting the connections, how they are made here. And we start with Q01 and Q04, which are here. I mean, there are a lot of plain areas here, so I'm wondering how it's gonna be with painting it, because you know, it's not like 40k terrain with lots of, you know, arches, skulls, and some arcane monitors and terminals. It's simpler here. You know, it fits with the Star Wars aesthetics, I would say. So nothing strange here, but yeah. And here I see I will need to do some prepping on the go, because I won't be able to put these together correctly without getting rid of this these mold lines. So yeah, again, getting back to scale modeling times, because you often had panels like these. I mean, of course smaller, but if you put together tanks or some vehicles, you usually, I mean, you often have like some joints and then some lines, some connections that you have just to put together and glue together, and they have to be even and smooth beforehand. So yeah, so it's cutting, prepping, gluing. So yeah, these go together like this. Oh yeah, that's sturdy. It's not gonna fall off. So yeah. So let's put some glue in there on the sides of this joints. It will be pushed to also, I think, in the inside. Some here. Make it stick. Here we go. The first part of the Shatterpoint terrain. It's huge. I mean, it's huge. I mean, I know in 40k you have like ruins that are 2 or 3 times higher than this, but I think when you put this all together with all the levels, I mean, it may look it may look pretty impressive. So okay, for now the Q02, Q05, the side and the top deck, Q02, Q05. So Q02 is the side. Generally, most of the things I paint and convert, do whatever, I try to put on Etsy, because the main fun for me is converting and painting, and I don't have really much time to play. I'm a bit put off by the, I mean, how much you have to follow the rules, not only rules but rule changes, and it's not something that I really enjoy. So I prefer to just, you know, to let the minis see the table by selling them, and then you know, I can just get new ones and paint them and send them away too. Okay, so this is Q02 and this goes on the back. Yeah, and here you can see these are the parts that just, you know, stick together. So they need to be smooth beforehand. I have these old metal files. I think, I mean, I took them from my father when I was a kid, so I think they're pretty, I mean, they are at least 25 years old. They are from my toolkit that I assembled as a kid, and I was doing the scale modeling. So I also want to try the I have some simple set for manicure. It's like the all the like files or kind of grinders, and I want to try them for this too. But for now, old metal file. It's not the best one. I mean, what is nice with it, it has also file on the narrow side, so it's really useful. It's a bit dirty. I have to clean it, so it does not have the dust in it, but otherwise it works really great. And yeah, that's it's like 100% scale modeling when you have these parts that go together exactly this way. So all these places have to be like even before you put them together, because even though the plastic glue will melt some of it away, it's not gonna do whole work, and you know, you have to prep it well before you put it together. So yeah, that's the sad part about it, but what can you do? Yeah. But you know, it's nice to go back a bit to the times I was doing it. And yeah, okay, it fits tightly, it's good. So now you have to look at where you should put the glue to make it stick together well. Because the part, I mean, it's tricky because it seems like it's not, it has this yeah, it's not just a flat wall, it has this base part, and so it gets narrower and narrower. So you have to consider that it has multiple like connection planes. So yeah, it's a bit tricky. And now we have the top part. Oh, it has a nice like sliding connection. It's a really nice idea, although it may not fit now. But it's really, I like how it's well thought of in terms of, you know, it's gonna be played, it's gonna be moved around. I think it could easily hold the pewter miniatures, like from the old times, the metal ones. It won't need to, because it's not the game. This game does not have this kind of miniatures. But yeah, I need to file it down a bit so that it fits. This is a bit of a flaw for me. Like, it should, you know, the tolerance here is not, yeah, it's not really great. Okay, when I place it here already, I will not put the glue here in all the places it should go. And yep, here it is. Yeah, very nice. It's like it has its own construction. It does not rely only on the glue. It's really nice because when you move it around a lot, build your terrain for your game, it should be a-okay. So now again, filing down the connection points to make it fit together nice. This is the base part. Okay, so now it's tricky because it also, yeah, it has to fit top part. So again, all these surfaces need glue. This thing and this thing, and here for those containers. Now I have to push it in. Just a bit, always it's a bit scary with plastic models when you have to push, but when it goes in, it should stay nice. I will push it together so that it's the least of these connection points visible. It's a really, really nice piece of terrain. And you know, the terrain for Warhammer, the original one, it's really expensive. Here you get a whole ton. I mean, even without the Black Friday discount, you don't get that many miniatures, but you get whole lots of terrain. I mean, maybe compared to the current Kill Team, not starter set, but the one with Vespits and Aquilans. Maybe it's not that bad. But here, you know, also because of the scale, different scale of this game, but again, it's humongous. And okay, so it has 5 variants. The first one is that you just leave it like this. I would never do it. It's so cool to have something more. So another variant is to add other level to that. I mean, I don't know the rules for the game, so I don't know if is it any change if I put a ladder or not. It's like it's easier or not accessible, or you need the jump pack or jetpack or however it's called, the thing that Mandalorians have to be able to access this upper deck or not. I have no idea. Oh yeah, that's not something I love. You have to, like, you know, cut out these parts to get to these parts, but these antennas come in later, so I mean, they are Q15 and 16. Not so cool. I lose this data about them, and it's Q21, and you know, it's like not the best sprue design here. I mean, apart from that, I really love these sprues because you sometimes nowadays you get that with the GDub sprues that you have to look around, you know, different sprues to get parts from just one mini. Here they are like nicely organized. Maybe it's not so as effective as with the GW sprues, but at least you have all the parts of one mini next to each other on the sprue, so you know where to look for it. So how it used to be with the sprues, and how it is with scale models. When you have some World War II troops or something, and you buy them, you have generally in one part of the sprue you have the whole soldier, maybe some additional parts like, you know, some whatever, some additional things you can add to any soldier, like some bottles, pouches, or whatever. There, in some other area, but generally it's more organized. It's not like you have to look around the whole sprue for parts for one guy. Yeah, thank you, Tiki the Hut, and it was nice to chat with you, and have a nice stream. Also, have a nice hobby time for you, and hope we meet again on our streams. And remember that 2 to 6 a.m. EST, if you want to enjoy some nice time with Tiki the Hut, see the Conflict 47 and a bold action stuff being built, painted, head to his channel. You can find his channel in the comment sections on this stream. Thank you for your visit. And yeah, so carrying on with the tower. Yeah, so these are the pillars, the, I don't know how you call it, columns thingies that hold the upper deck of this tower, which I'm definitely adding, because why not? Okay, so these go together like this. Okay, yeah. They are both the same. And they go, oh, okay, they go just here, this space, and the deck goes on it. So yeah, it's a bit weird. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. No, it's okay, and the deck goes on it, and yeah, maybe it's. Oh, there are two of these towers. There are two of these towers. Oh, that's... No. Yeah. So one has the upper deck and the other does not. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's already such a huge pile of terrain. It's woof. It's really cool. I feel like a teenager again, assembling tanks or something. It's such big parts, and they connect in the same way. It's like yeah, it's so nice. Sorry. Dogs get active again. And they hear someone on the staircase. Shh. Yeah. Crazy doggos. I mean, that's their job basically. To alert that someone is approaching, so. But sometimes they do their job just a little bit too well. I need some more adhesive here. Make it stick together well. Yeah. Okay. So these supports over here, it does not stick together well enough. I need to put the glue here also. Yeah, and now it will be better, I hope. And I have to press it hard. This didn't do the job, so yeah, let's add more glue along the lines. I don't know which do you prefer, the needle glues or the brush glues. I know that's it's different for different jobs, but really prefer the needle. Yeah, so now I get it why it has 5 assembly options, because you get 2 towers and only one like upper deck, so makes sense. Okay, this part, this joint, this looks a bit tricky for me. I'm not really trusting it. We'll see. I mean, there is the ladder. It's some kind of help, but this looks a bit like. I mean, I like the system here, because I understand that this this space along the edge is meant to be able to add different like accessories, like barriers or upper decks or whatever, ladders, and so that it's universal and you can add parts there. It looks interesting. Okay, so now the upper deck, which is the Q008. Okay, cleaned it up. Maybe just the back of the X-Acto knife. Is enough. Okay, so the ladder will be on this side, so it should go this side. Yeah. It gets big. It gets outside the scope of my my camera. So yeah. Okay, this looks nice. Need some cleaning up later. Yeah, looks cool. Hello, Francois Marion. Says hi to Tiki the Hat also. Nice to see you. Hello. Okay, so yeah, this tower is like huge. I mean, even for the scale of this game, that's the clone trooper, and it's like more than 2 times his height, and then again 2 times, and it's like it's quite a lot. So for this variant, there are some more details to be added. Some, I don't know, some communications thingy with antennas. Really gets interesting. I've never assembled any Warhammer terrains like the plastic kits. I had the, I don't know, it was like 3rd, 4th edition Warhammer Fantasy Battle Starter. It had the cardboard, the paper buildings, and I had the also like 4th edition Space Marine Battle Force with the. I still have this like Gothic ruins part. I've used it for some conversions for some miniature bases, and that's my only experience. It was nice to put to. I mean, no, it was not so nice because it has some weird connection techniques that made the connections really visible in the final final thing. Oh, okay, this has like smaller and bigger. Oh, okay, it goes like this. That's a sturdy connection. That's a lot of connection points. So yeah, that's nice. I understand it's necessary for the build, and yep, it goes in. Okay, now the 2 sides. Yeah, and now I will have to put together all the antennas that I had to cut out to get to the support beams or whatever you call it earlier. So I will have a hard time finding the right ones. I tried to leave them with these small numbers next to them, but on my board, on my desk, bench, however you call it, but I don't know if I may not be enough. So again, there are some connection points, some joints, but again you have to align the parts, and it also works as a connection. So yeah. Okay, now this part is here in, I understand, whatever way. Yeah. All this connection types I remember from scale modeling. That's, yeah. Okay. So now I put these two together, as I understand, but in a... Oh, sorry, this way, yeah. This way. Oh, there's some, yeah, some... It's keyed, so I can only put it, oh, let's say one or two ways together, but it should be this way, as I understand from the images. Yeah. Where will I store this whole terrain? I don't know if this box is made in a way to hold it all together inside, but okay. So I have several antennae to put together, and again we're going into the fragile, brittle area. I mean, this one not, but some of these antennas, yeah, I think it's gonna be a difficult to store and. Okay, this is 15 and 16. I think these are the shorter ones. Should go in here. Because I've had to disconnect them from their numbers. That's not cool. Some cleanup. Yeah, I think the tower will be the last part I do today, and I hope we meet. I hope next week to finish the terrain from this set, but you know, it's not so small as, I mean, it's not as bad as the droids. But it has some parts, and it's best to do some cleanup before putting these together. So it's definitely more time consuming. Okay, now, okay, one more antenna. Oh, the thick one goes here. Yeah. Gonna be quite a lot of painting, I see now. Okay, and it has some antennae on the bottom, but I don't think it's a good idea to put them together now. Maybe it is. And later it goes just here. So it's interesting also. Yeah, it just goes together like this. And the only connection is this. It's not great, I would say, for such a complex part. It's you know, it's Q20. Q18. Okay, this is keyed somehow. Yeah, it's differentiated. Here. I mean, I don't think it really matters. It's not like it will affect the rules how the antennae are aligned. This is Q20, the one I'm cleaning up now. Yeah, so Q20 goes in a top hole in here. Inside. Does it matter? Yep. And now Q18 goes next to it. Ooh, that's a mold line. I mean, generally it's very good in terms of mold lines. This one was very visible. Oh, and the other one is too. Okay. So this one goes for the big hole. Oh yeah, this mold line is not nice. Now the one with the pointy tip. It does not really matter. Blip and blip. Ooh, that's nice. Okay. Yeah, it will definitely need some more cleaning up and finish it off with and I still need to put the ladder together. Okay, this needs some, oh, it needs to be pressed strong together. I'm wondering how it's gonna keep the balance with the, yeah, that's a huge piece of terrain. It barely fits under the camera. Okay, so the last part is the ladder for this tower, and that's, I think, gonna be all for this. Just two same parts. P01, P01. Yeah, I am talking. I don't have a TV in the other room. Is it too quiet? Sorry. Okay, yeah, cleaning this up. Some more joints to clean. Oh yeah, that's. Well, I don't know if I'm inaudible. Before there was no problem. I was responding to comments, so yeah, the sound seems okay, but yeah. So, oh, that's weird. It has no like. It just goes together like this. It has no like joints. That's weird. It's not gonna work too well, I think. It's not gonna work too well, I'm afraid. It should have some interlocking, some overlap, I don't know, because just putting it together this way, it's not the best way to make it a good connection. I know it's nobody's gonna climb this ladder like really, and I don't think you put the minis in here when they climb, but yeah, I'm not sure if I wanna add this part, because it's not look so well. I'm definitely not whispering from the bathroom. I don't think it's the case. Yep, okay. Putting these two together. Holding it for a long time to make it fit together well. I mean, hold together well. And yep, and it goes on the side, which now will be difficult. And it holds. It's a bit weird how it holds to it, but yeah. Bit weird, but we'll see. Okay. Yeah, sorry if you're gonna leave. Audio is here. I'm sorry you can't hear it. Okay, so there are some connection points. I mean, it's weird because it ends here and here, and it's something is wrong here. Maybe it should overlap. No, so it's like I don't think it's gonna work. At least, I mean, if it's something is not right here. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna add the ladder for now. Okay, so it's 10:30. It's time to finish. Sorry for not starting on time. It's on me. Thank you, Tiki the Hut, for all the comments and conversation. Once again, 2 to 6 a.m. EST on Tiki the Hut's channel, you have live stream with building and painting the bolt action and conflict 47 miniatures. So I invite you to join and see the stream, join it, and I hope we'll see next week with more terrain. I only managed to do one tower because I've spent so much time with this pesky little droids, and thank you all, and see you again.